But now, more importantly, for the point of looking at the practices and where we're heading with the profile, students are beginning to place artifacts of work in this space. And the one we're going to look at today is the one recently committed is the Wax Museum. And what you'll see here is a descriptor of what the project is and what the artifact is and a rationale for why the artifact was selected. Now, you can play along at home here and just take your sheet out, and you can see how we've done the connecting between the assignment and the practices, right? Now, the nice thing about the Wax Museum as an example is many of you who've been at Parish for a long time know this is a project. Right? This is an oldie but goodie in the Parish repertoire, right? And it's always been a good assignment. Now it's a stronger assignment because it's more intentionally designed to align with these practices. So there have been subtle alterations made in how it's implemented, right? And there's more awareness about what the outcomes of it really and truly are, besides the kids getting all gussied up, as my little Sam did as JFK, right, recently, to do his biography research, memorize his 3 facts, and present it to the adults who visit on the day of the Wax Museum, right? So we describe why this work is here, and then, of course, we go ahead and the teachers work to upload the work to this spot. So here we have Anne-Marie's PowerPoint. And so what they have here is they've taken their research, they've put their research together, they've made their presentation, they've learned the technology skills that come with putting it into the PowerPoint and how to put voice in there. This is in 2nd grade, right? And then, you know, the teachers are they've really taken this now and understood how to make connections that are powerful. So in this particular case, now we have Beasley STEM Center with a green screen. So they took the pictures of the kids gussied up and dressed in their particular outfit. They sent it over here to the 7th and 8th grade digital media class. The 7th and 8th grade digital media class's assignment was to put them in accurate historical context and send it back so the kids could put it into their PowerPoint, right? So you have this cross-divisional exercise going on. You have classes that are informing the process, and all of them are driven toward the practices. So I want really to make clear this notion that these practices are shaping the way we look at delivery and shaping the way we look at assessment and creating a common understanding and a common language. A year ago, we didn't have artifact capture space like we do now, right? But we have much more of a grounding, much more of an understanding of where this is going to be moving. So let's take a look at 4th grade. And, you know, the key to this, this whole philosophy of teaching and learning is not just process-oriented, right? Process-oriented means that we're really focusing on what kids can do. We'll worry about the outcomes later, right? At independent schools, college preparatory programs especially, become so outcome-driven that it creates a mentality that's very burdensome and stressful on kids and families, right? We're so worried about the grade. We're so worried about performance that the whole beauty of the journey is lost. And so is the joy, right? So when we talk about balanced and joyful learning at Parish, we are taking that stance intentionally vis-a-vis other schools of our ilk, right, who are so focused on outcomes because that's what their culture demands, because that's what they think the tuition abets, right, that they are just stuck in that cycle. They can't break it, right? Now, one way that you get to joy in education is to create choice, right? Choice leads to engagement for kids because they can get to points of passion, they can get to points of tailored interest. So choice is not just on how you consume information, but also how you demonstrate understanding. So, for example, choice in the previous assignment was the kids can select the character whose biography they choose to do, right? You can go increasingly to say, we're going to study dinosaurs for 6 weeks, right? Someone can look at the taxonomy of dinosaurs. Someone can look at the history of dinosaurs. Someone can look and compare species of dinosaurs. You create choice in how you engage in the study of dinosaurs and consume that information, right? And that creates points of engagement for kids, right? Then on the back end, how do you demonstrate that knowledge of dinosaurs, right? Well, there are multiple ways to express information. In our day, it was, here's the piece of paper, here are the questions, here's your pencil, fill out the test, right? Or write the essay. One way of delivery comes from the teacher, one way of demonstration of knowledge, the typical paper and pencil test, right? We know here and are moving through the practices to create choice and option both in the delivery and both in the demonstration of knowledge. So here's 4th grade, who did the 6-week study of dinosaurs. And I'll show you Luke's project here. But just to give you an idea, all students for this particular project had to do an original artwork of their dinosaur, a dinosaur taxonomy, a graphic organizer, a scale drawing, and a graph comparing their dinosaur to at least 5 other dinosaurs in class. Not every kid's going to love every aspect of that assignment, but kids are going to find one element of that assignment, right, to consume that information on dinosaurs to be to their liking, right? And then, when they got to the point of a multimedia presentation, they could do PowerPoint, slideshows, movies, written reports, or posters, right? Choice and option to create levels of engagement. Now, here's Luke's. This is Minecraft.
Okay, this is Atodactylus. As you can see, it had a very big mouth with sharp teeth. It had a, well, stubby tail, big wings, and reptile-like feet. Atodactylus ate fish, but trilobites were poisonous at that time, so it could not eat those.
So just to tell you how joyful that was for Luke, it goes on for 4.5 minutes. Yeah, I showed you 45 seconds, right? You know, it goes on forever and ever. Now, Luke is a kid that's passionate in that space. He's passionate on that topic. You know, he would, for lack of a better word, be considered one of the exceptional kids we have on our capable to exceptional scale. And I reference that only because, you know, folks say, well, how do you reach all those kids at Parish? How do you do that, right? Well, you do that because through the practices and through creating choice and delivery and demonstration, right, kids can move to that level. So for the kid that wants to do the poster, and that's sort of where he is developmentally, he has that option. But for Luke, who wants to go here and do a Minecraft on his pterodactyls and spend 4.5 minutes, he can do that, right? So we believe fundamentally that at Parish we can keep our authentic culture, we can be a place that is inclusive, and we can do capable to exceptional. It's really hard for our faculty, and they're really challenged professionally to do that, but I believe they can do it. I believe that they can do that, and I believe we're going to be a richer and better school for that capability.